Sorry.
All right, we're going good. All right. Hello and welcome back to The Gamer's Tale. I'll be your storyteller for the evening because we're playing Vampire the Masquerade. Well, bye, Q. Thanks for coming by. Anyway, we're picking up where we left off in session 0. There's been a few tweaks on the back end for characters, and we kind of figured out what we're doing. When we last left our vampire cadre, they had been hired by Durias, one of the local big chiefs, shall we refer to him as, in the Midwest. He had requested that the group retrieve a gangrel, if I remember correctly, who had become a interesting subject to them. They tracked the individual down to a place in rural Illinois, broke into a bistro/restaurant, essentially somewhat trashed the place, and managed to capture the vampire and maintain the masquerade. After they returned to the meeting spot where they had been given their instructions, they were told to take the prisoner to a local quote-unquote safe house, where we find ourselves now, in the basement, where the individual is locked securely in the cage made especially for withholding such individuals, and everyone bedded down for the day. That's going to be really weird saying because, we're vampires. And our blood mages did the equivalent of alarm, but for vampire. The day passes without incident, and as the sun sets, they are roused from their slumbers. What are you guys doing?
Check the prisoner.
Okay, so Mr. Noose, you get up from your little coffin pose on the floor, and you go over to the bars, which is this place right here, and you look in. The prisoner is in the corner of the room where he was before, but he looks a little different. He doesn't seem to be moving all that much. Maybe he himself is still in his regenerative state.
Does someone need to go wake him up?
No. I don't know if we actually need to move him or not.
In that case, Paul will just be grumpy in the room.
Okay.
If he needs moved, we will move him later.
Hey, do you want me to wake him up?
No. Quiet prisoner. Quiet person. Good.
What were our instructions?
To wait.
Then perhaps best we do so.
Fine. Sorry, Charlotte, not right now. They kind of tap their stomach.
Matteo's just in the corner cursing the lack of cell reception.
Can't catch any more Pokemon.
No Pokemon. Okay. If there's nothing,
Are we gonna eat one of those before it's over? Cell phone, not the Pokemon.
Oh dear.
That looks tasty.
I'm not pumping your stomach, laddie.
Are you saying you want to eat someone's cell phone?
I'm kind of hungry.
That's why you're so grumpy.
Doesn't everybody get grumpy hungry?
Then you just feed.
Do you mind rats?
I don't like rats.
Okay, then I can't help you. So I guess you're just gonna be grumpy and hungry, big boy. I'm gonna pat on the shoulder.
Fine, but I'm gonna complain the whole time.
Well, I'll give him a pat on the shoulder if he's sitting down. Otherwise, it's like the hip, I guess.
Oh, also before I forget, cool. Paul's a little bit different size. At first, I modeled him after the mountain and changed it to Andre the Giant, so he's a little bigger.
It's a little more beef on them bones.
Yeah, he's now like 6'9" and 450 pounds.
Still cannot. Yeah, still not reaching your shoulder unless you're sitting down.
Yeah.
I think I'm squatting. I don't know if he still can get me.
I think I can reach your shoulder, but that might be about it.
Just give you a pat on the shoulder while I'm also messing with my phone.
Alright. Is there anything else anyone would like to do, or do I need to move this along a little bit?
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know
think.
what we're supposed to
Get
do.
along, little dog meat.
It's still a little too new.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It is. Truthfully.
So you guys wait probably about an hour or two. The sun has fully set. It is a lovely, dark, moonlit night.
By the way, what day of the week is it?
It is not the Sabbath, nor is it Friday.
Okay.
That matters.
I know.
Oh,
I'm gonna say it's about a Tuesday.
Okay.
days.
Well, I don't have a minute, so I suppose I will have to wait.
Speak a little bit more directly into your mic.
That was supposed to be mumbled. Like that.
He said
Well, it
he didn't have
was.
a minion, so he would have to wait.
Played that part perfectly.
Perfectly.
I know.
And I know exactly what you're referencing to.
Yeah.
It brings me back. Anyway. You hear thudding of boots and shoes on the floor above as someone has entered this domicile. And coming down the stairs.
One floor.
You're in the basement!
That's a great point.
Where else
You
would
know,
we be? We're vampires.
when
We're
you
not
say it like
standing
that,
up
it makes
where
sense.
the freaking
The windows are. Well, not
yeah,
near
exactly.
the window.
That's what I was.
Normies.
I'm gonna stay in the sunroom!
I'm assuming there's rats down here. It is a basement.
Oh, there's probably some small mice, field mice going around.
I feel like Paul should be playing whack-a-mole with mice.
I'll just grab a snack.
Nom. Yeah, so George is going around playing cat and mouse with some of the mice. They're skitting around. They're like, ah! As it's like some of their thirst. Mateo still.
He just,
Hmm?
Sin just kind of looks at that and kind of has a disgusted sneer on his face, like,
Hey,
no.
when you're like me, it's kind of hard to get human sometimes.
Then you get a companion, bring the human to you.
I just kind of
Oy.
look to my dog. And sometimes he does give him
Lost
ear
puppy
scritches.
trick work well.
What?
Lost puppy trick work well.
Exactly.
Solomon just kind of looks over at Roman and shakes his head slowly.
Roman is going to be kind of like leaning back against the wall, eyes closed, listening to everything.
All edgy like.
Yeah, I tend to stick with rats, mice, animals, things like that.
People look so easy though.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to, And they finally take off the masks to show that they're 100% a Nosferatu. Kind of hard to do it when you're like this.
Sin just looks at you and goes, I get you good stuff.
Hmm. I kind of figured.
Cool. Just that very confused look on their face, like, okay.
Depending on what
probably-
we have going on after this, I could get us all a snack.
Mm. And they also finally take they're also very no hair whatsoever. Very sunken in, almost completely white eyes.
Sin just looks over at Roma and goes, "You are snack."
Uh,
No response.
Right. Oh, you can vault.
okay, boomer.
Really?
I mean, it's 2016.
So who's the youngest vampire here then? Is it George?
George.
Okay.
It might actually
No.
be Matt.
Or
Let me
Craig's
check it.
character.
Let me check his age. Let me check his card. Are you legal, boy?
I'm fairly certain he's the youngest.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's only been a vampire for like it looks like 3 to 5 years.
Oh my god, he's a babby.
He's a
He's a
thin blood.
babby.
For 3 to 5 years?
His
Oh my
apparent
God,
age
he
is
in bud.
his apparent age is early 20s. His true age is 25.
My apparent age is higher than his true age.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is
He's a wee
Bebe.
buddy.
Then you
Oh, I never
have
did
Solomon,
put my-
who's from back in the days of the 1800s.
I'm 10 times older.
Yeah.
I'm actually 10 times older.
I'm pretty sure we all are, aren't we?
Yeah.
My character's true age is 251. So
I
like
haven't put an
actually
exact year on mine yet. Actually, I should look it up
10
real
times older. That's like really on the high side of what we were allowed to do.
Hmm. Everybody old here. Anyway.
fast. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm also very much older than him.
Hey, the 1820s or 1880s for mine. What do you think, Trent? Which is more appropriate for 11th gen?
Given where you are from, if I remember correctly.
Because the first real major one is considered to be in 1821.
Alright. I would say more toward the 20s.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, cool.
Ah.
Sorry. Gotta look up when all the Russian pogroms were for my character.
Hey.
I know. So
So,
much research.
are we just gonna keep waiting around, or
I think there's someone upstairs.
Thud.
oh yeah,
thud,
but what are we doing
thud.
about it?
I'll go up.
Sin, would you like to escort them down?
Yes.
Thank you.
He
Be
can go
polite
up.
about it.
I will head upstairs.
Alright. As you both have approached the basement stairs that take up about half the wall, I just put the up arrow there because I'm not putting a huge ass thing on a map I'm going to use probably once. And as you get to about the foot of the stairs, the door at the top of the stairs opens, and the tallish form of Durias appears in the doorway, and he calmly walks down the stairs, and followed by his entourage. Waiting for me expectantly. I like that in my staff.
I make all appropriate
Obseance?
obeisance, yeah.
I bow my head and, lead him to the door and open the door for him.
Oh,
Paul's gonna look rather unimpressed.
the door for the cage?
The downstairs.
No,
I thought there was a door.
He's at the door.
Like-
You're at the bottom of the
Darius
stairs.
through.
Doors at the top of the stairs.
Those at the top
I
of the
thought there
stairs.
was a door up top and bottom.
Nope.
Q doesn't have a
Okay.
map.
Oh.
There's not really much of a map to look at. So there's an open stairway, and then there is a door at the top. There's one door leading into
Then
this
I
room.
step back.
All right. He comes down. He's followed by another elder vampire. This one is a bit more silvered than Durias is. Durias is very much ageless grace and beauty, while this man is more of the silver fox variety and significantly shorter. They are followed by two more of Mr. Hammer that you met last night, and you have also Adrian Maxwell, who is also accompanying him, which is one of the right-hand men of Owen Hammer.
Would we know who some of the others are in the entourage?
You would know Hammer, you would know Maxwell, you of course know Durias. The other individual, you know him.
Especially the older one. Has he been to Elysium a lot?
You would know him as Draven. He's one of the other higher-ups. He's generally known for not getting his hands dirty. When you see the two of them together, you're like, that's why we're doing this job. You know Darius is the one to call for when you have a problem.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. Well, Mr. Draven, we seem to have caught your prize. Perhaps you would like to inspect the goods. I'm just going to pull some random things just so that we have some visual representation. Orange is Draven. Little squat rook man is your impeccable host, Durias. Yes. Let me see. And you can hear that they're still thudding upstairs, so it seems that Draven himself has come with his own entourage, which would explain why there's only one of the deputies of Owen coming down with them. Draven approaches the door of the cell. Is there any way to open this? And he kind of runs his eyes over each of you. Is like, am I gonna open this door myself? Really?
I'll get it.
Who has the key? Yeah.
I was gonna say it's key
Paul can
or
open it.
no.
There's a key. One of you has the key. Whoever has the key can open it.
Paul is the key. Paul is the
Whoever has
key.
the key, whoever has the key, the crack key, open it.
Yeah, Paul does have the key.
Yeah. It would be the hardest one to get it off, so it makes sense for him to have it.
Oh, he's huge. All right. So the hulking form of Paul just goes over and inserts this very tiny key into the padlock or the gate and just goes click.
Surprised he doesn't crush the lock
I was gonna
itself.
say,
by
break the
being-
hell out of it. Yeah.
Very carefully
like
opens
he
the
tried
door,
last time.
swings it all the way open, accidentally bends the door. Damn it.
It kind of looks like someone is trying to open the door on like one of those children's playhouses, but for a full-size adult. It's just like,
Oh jeez.
thank you. He saunters into the room. All right, you worthless piece of flesh. Tell me, did you think you would get far? And he goes over and he just unceremoniously kicks the unconscious body. And he pauses. And he kicks it again. And he pauses. And then he goes down and checks the body. And he steps back really quickly. And he turns and says, Durias, what kind of operation are you running here? This man, this vampire, is drained. I've requested him alive.
I freaking knew it.
Which one of you did this? Are you running an illegal blood hunt? That's not what I requested, Darius. Calm down. I will not be connected with this at all, Darius. And he makes his way towards the stairs. Draven, calm down. I can assure you, I don't want to hear it, Darius. I don't want to hear it at all. The council will hear of it, though, and there'll be a proper investigation. Can't have one of our enforcers just kill whoever they wish. This man has clearly been completely and utterly drained. Incompetence. And he rushes up and he goes up the stairs as fast as appropriate for a man of his standing.
Sorry, it's funny.
So the adult version of marching off in a rage. Got it.
Essentially.
I mean, surely this wouldn't be too hard of a solution.
It may not be a hard solution, but it still reflects poorly on us. If they,
Of course.
oh, keep an eye on them. And Owen goes up the stairs and takes Maxwell with him. So, I thought I was quite clear that I wanted him alive.
I
He was alive when we put him in there.
Indeed.
Durias goes into the room, or in the cell, and again checks the body. He unceremoniously, he's movable. He unceremoniously picks him up and throws him in the middle of the main room. Well, I see you at least shot him, among other things.
He was running.
We both know it's a fucking bullet won't stop a vampire.
Yes, but you know what also doesn't stop us? Exsanguination. He didn't die from a bullet wound in the leg, so why is he dead?
I put a ward around the area. No one crossed it. He died of his own volition.
He walks up to you. How tall is your character?
5'8".
Okay. He is so he's about my height. He looks down at you and really gets up in your personal space.
I do not move an inch.
Do you really think the beast let him just die so easily? Its entire purpose is to survive. And to think that he just gave up and died of his own accord is extremely convenient. It is not the answer, that is the truth. But people won't care what the truth is. They'll care that I sent a team that ended up, in their eyes, killing someone in a way that looks very much like a blood hunt, when those need to be sanctioned by the council and by the hierarchy.
Maybe George just scared him to death. I mean, have you seen her face?
Thanks.
Oy.
I mean,
Sir.
it's not wrong.
Sir.
But okay, you first.
No, please. My apologies.
For these blood hunts, is there paperwork involved?
He turns and looks at you. There's an official ruling that is recorded. If you're asking if they hand out pamphlets,
No.
no.
Just paperwork saying, hey, we asked them to go after them and, etc., etc.
Generally, everyone in a given area would know of a blood hunt. It is.
I think. Sorry.
What I'm saying is I'm pretty good at forgery. If you want to give that a try.
I think the prince would remember not whether or not they signed in a blood hunt.
Hey, that's not my problem. That's what you guys are good at. Just shrug.
No. That's not how this works. Sir, I do apologize that this has happened. It's unforgivable, but I know I personally will look into it. We were ordered to comply with all directives, and that is what we will do.
Make sure
That's what we did.
you fix this. Otherwise, there will be a blood hunt. More than one.
That.
Are we supposed to unkill him?
No, you're supposed to find out why he died, or who killed him if he was murdered. Because I can assure you, checks notes for character's name, Draven would have wanted to kill him himself. And now, since he had the rank to do so, now all he knows is that for essentially no one's, and as he says that, he looks at Roman, killed someone he wanted alive. But he's probably going to get his pound of flesh, as they say. I just make sure it's none of yours. Now, he kind of waves his hand.
Sorry.
Find out the reason why Draven wanted this man so badly, and why he would need to be dead. And he with much less style just stomps up the stairs. He is livid.
So he's pissed with no pretenses.
I'm gonna walk into the cage and look around to see if there's anything out of sorts. Really inspect it as well as I can.
I'll go with him. You gotta look at the cage, look at the body, look at the bars, look inside. I forgot to ask what's his name. Well, he wouldn't know if he was carrying anything, like suitcasing. How do we check for that?
With your hand, boy.
No.
Okay, alright. So, Sin, roll me an investigation.
Can you do it for me?
Yes.
I
Alright.
like the
I'm
same
currently
story.
doing 70 miles an hour. I
Okay.
really wanna try.
I think you're doing great.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. You look around, it's a cell.
That bad, huh?
You got a 0. 0 normal successes.
No crits.
But
No crits.
Ty's character said he was going in with me.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think assisting works the same way as it does in D&D either.
Alright. Mr. Noose,
Right.
kindly...
Yes.
Sorry, Alex. Kindly make me an investigation check.
Okay.
Modifier wits. No additional modifier. Main page, right hand side.
Attribute wits.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. 3 successes, one of which appears to be a critical. Steven, since he got a 0 on his hunger dice.
He crit succeeded, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let me confirm that real quick. It's all right, page 207. Messy success, messy critical. A critical win in which one or more 10s appear on a hunger die is a messy critical. The character succeeds as an irregular critical, but like an animal would, not being capable of foresight or self-control.
So he rolled a
Depending on
1
what,
on
you get
his
some-
on his hunger dice, but the dice he rolled a 10 on one of them for the investigation.
So no,
Right.
because he would have had to crit on the what's it called, on the hunger die. He failed on the hunger die, but he succeeded. So I don't believe he gets anything for that either, for a bestial failure.
So it's just no increase to hunger. It's just like a evens out. All right.
Yeah, it evens out. Yeah, that's generally kind of how it goes.
Okay. So you look around the cell. You look pretty good. You're pretty sure he was kind of, weeping some blood when you tossed him in here, and definitely when he was up against the bars there would have been some. When you check around, there's no blood.
Damn it. Oi, he was bleeding when we got him in here, yeah?
Yes.
None of us cleaned it up?
No.
Not that
It's
I know.
gone.
I don't clean.
We know.
Power
Wait,
for
wait, it's
magic.
gone.
Oi. Someone cleans better than me. I'm well pissed off.
Good to know.
The only thing Paul cleans is his axe. That's it.
I mean, I can see if like one of the many rats that are down here saw anything. If that helps.
That would
Could
help.
I? Oh, crap. There's somebody. So somebody knows. Crap. Let me think. Okay, so a more powerful mage than either Roman or me or George cleaned up the only thing that would allow us to track where they would go,
I mean,
which is their blood.
Simishi?
I can track. If that's what we need, but
Could it have been a Simishi? One of these Sabat?
possible.
Out of character, somebody who knows more about it than me, which is probably all of you, will have to explain what that means.
There's two groups. There's the three groups. There's the Camarilla, the Anarchs, and the Sabat. Camarilla are ostensibly the quote-unquote good guys, if you will. They're like the ones who developed the Masquerade. The Sabat are opposed to them because they ultimately want to cannibalize their founders to prevent the end of the world.
Okay.
And
Those
it's like a
guys.
quasi-religious organization from which my clan recently defected.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that
Crap.
happened very recently.
Crap for you then.
No, not really. Like one of the high up leaders of the La Sombra killed themselves.
Right.
A bunch of the higher ups in the La Sombra killed themselves to make it happen. So like it's a fairly tenable relationship at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want information from the little guys or nah?
Aye. All the help we can get.
Indeed, that would be wise.
Okay. In that case, gonna sit down like as low as I possibly can, and crack my knuckles, and just kind of try and reach out to a little vermin that's possibly down here. As I do my feral whispers.
Ba, ba, da, 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 da. That is
believe-
your animalism,
no.
correct?
Yeah, it's charisma plus animalism, and I believe no modifiers, right?
Correct.
Okay.
No. A critical on the hunger die. So you reach out and you feel a few of the small vermin around here still left after your little snacking.
Yeah.
And they kind of come out and you just like full on ham fist them, and they're like, you're essentially kind of choking them at the same time as you're holding them. They're like,
Oh, George, careful, lass, careful.
I loosened my grip just a little bit. Did any of you see anything? Oh, I can. According to my success, I believe I can summon at least 2.
You got one in each fist.
Okay.
You
I'm
loosen the
reading
grip on
correctly.
both of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stare at him because I've never seen this done before.
Now, like, what is happening right now? Like, you guys can't hear it. I don't speak out loud to them. Just so you know.
I'm still gonna watch you.
Okay,
Are
cool.
Pick up these 2 rats
Are
and
you
look at them.
telepathically communicating?
Yeah.
That's dope.
I thought you were speaking
Oh,
rat.
I can only do it with animals.
Does that mean I can listen in too?
Probably not. Or if you did, you just hear squeaks.
Oh,
So, did either of you see anything? Did you see anyone go into that cage that wasn't him?
Wasn't who? If you didn't hear the question was, wasn't who?
Wasn't who?
Wasn't who? Yes.
I turned
it
them
wasn't
towards the dead dude. That was not him. Turn them
Well,
back to me.
here's a guy with white hair. You kind of indicate that was Scraven. There's a guy with long black hair.
Hmm.
And then there's another one. And there's a big one. And a guy.
I know I'm not supposed to be able to hear this, but
The other
So
one.
essentially, they're
Hilarious.
describing the people that just went in there.
Yes.
I mean, they're rats. They're not exactly the most.
What
intelligent
about besides them? Anyone else?
No.
Is it just those people?
Yeah.
What about last night?
Yeah. We told you already.
No one went in there.
We told you already. The big one, another one, the one with white hair, the one with dark hair. The pretty
This
one.
morning, then. This morning, then.
The big one, another one, the one with white hair, the pretty one, and that rats don't know what Ireland is, the funny talking one.
So the only people that you saw go in there are the ones that are in this room right now and the ones that just left.
And the other one.
Which other one?
The other
rats are
one.
super helpful.
I point to myself. Me?
No.
Describe them.
Dark, formless, unseen, what felt.
So they didn't have. You can't describe them.
No.
Okay. Do you know what time or how many hours ago? Or is that not?
Do rats understand what time is?
Probably not.
You can get
She's
cheese
just
in a maze.
trying.
They can get cheese out of a maze, and I think they have a concept of time passing. But I don't think they can, like, yo, yeah, let me check my wristwatch. Yeah, it's about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. How much time? How much longer ago?
I have to look up something really quickly because this is going to be a little in depth.
I don't need like exact answers, just a general what they think it is.
Could have been a minute.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Now I gotta get a calculator. Okay.
I agree. We gonna.
Means they're not
I cannot hear you at all.
good. He's mumbling to himself.
Then stop doing that.
Mimbity mumbledy.
In character.
Mumbling in character is fine, but I can hear you, and I don't know if I'm supposed to hear you.
Uh,
If it's soft enough and hard to hear, then it's probably me mumbling.
Okay.
Ah,
I was gonna say we have to look someone who can do remote killing.
The
Heck,
re-
I can kill people in person.
I'll wait until she
I
tells
just-
us this before I say
just-
anything.
yeah, I just kind of hold a finger up and like, shut up. Well, I'm still holding rat in the hand, but still.
each
Hold the
is
phone
Hold up one rat.
She
Quiet.
gestures with the rat for us to shut
Yes.
up.
Shush.
Points at rat. Points with rat.
But during the day, probably not into
Point a rat at him.
it. Well, let me think a moment as well.
you get the answer of 64,000 beats.
4,000 what?
64,000 beats ago.
Beats. Okay. I mean, that works. Okay. Thank you. And I'm going to carefully put them down.
They kind of skitter off.
Okay.
I wave goodbye.
Good thing I didn't play whack-a-mole.
So, there was another person. I should just quotations. Formless in the shadows. So someone snuck in here and got past your word.
This could have been mortal magic.
And as soon as I get reception, I'll figure out what the fuck 64,000 beats is. She just messes with her phone for a second.
There's no signal.
You have one of those things. When you do, could you look something up for me as well?
I have to go. There's no signal down here. I have to go upstairs.
Understandable.
But I brought
I'd like to
like
make
my
an
laptop.
So, an unseen person who did not set off our alarms came in and killed the man.
I'd like to make a check on occult.
Okay.
So-
trying to think of signs of what a mage would be. What one could look for if one was looking for a mage.
We're looking at having either an entity who came in with us.
I assume that would be intelligence, by the way.
Yeah, that would probably be intelligence. When did you turn German, Sunday?
Oops.
Yes, I have. I didn't mean to.
You're
Damn.
Oof.
Oh!
Good. That's not a messy,
Okay.
because I would have had to roll 2 10s.
Okay. So, you're looking
So how do you have a messy critical on thinking about mages?
just like a blood vessel in your face
He has
pops.
he has a brain fart.
No, it's just like, you know when somebody's like
Manifest
lifting a
powers.
bunch of really heavy weights and they sometimes get the nosebleed? It's just that.
Yeah.
But it's just like
Oh, passes out from a brain fart.
Okay, so what you're trying to do is think about what would identify a mage having been there.
Yes, and specifically as in a mage from the other White Wolf games mage. Not just vampire.
Okay, so just like magic users et al.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's a thing, and if there's one thing vampires fear, it's a mage.
Mm.
Because they literally control the powers of creation. It's bad.
Apparently,
And
I've
would
been
you
doing
harm
it all wrong.
Okay.
It might be under Mage the Awakening or something. I think it's Awakening. Or just like a White Wolf wiki.
Okay. Yeah, I'm checking something out real quick. White Wolf Wiki. Alright.
Paul is no help here, so he will play with a rock on the ground with his foot.
Hold on.
Roll for rock play.
What do you want me to roll for that? Yeah, actually, you know what? I got it. Ta-da!
You're intimidating Rock.
I am. I think it worked.
The Rock is intimidated. He seems a little softer now.
This is Andre the Giant here. Rock's got nothing on him. Smell what the Rock is cooking? That's because he's making my breakfast.
We really should play that one wrestling game with Cody, Steven.
Oh hell yeah!
Right?
There's a D20 system that essentially is WWE.
Oh, I thought you meant Worldwide Wrestling because that's powered by the Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, that one. Sorry, I've only played the one, and so they're all D20 to me, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, you would need to look for essentially a combination of what we'll refer to as astral aftermath and like material components. So I'm running off a little bit of different things into this.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. So what I was trying to get at is like if a mage is active in the area, what would be like their equivalent to breaking the Masquerade? What kind of side effects do their spells have?
Seeing as I'm going off of my very limited knowledge of actual magic, you're going to be looking for either used components, some leftover components that might not have been cleaned up, various kind of actual physical trails of things, and
Also,
things
it looks
unseen.
like unexplained bad happenings.
Mhm.
Looks like from the paradox. So hold on, I'll link you real quick.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
I did some googling on my own here for you.
Googling.
Yep, here you go. It's an older one, but it should still apply because nothing's changed that much with mages.
It's an old memes, Commander, but it still checks out. All right.
If I look at the body, do I see that he has any wounds like a vampire would leave from draining somebody?
You're checking the body to see if he has been drunken.
Yes.
You may make such a check. This would be an investigation modifier 1 wits. Oh wait, no, that's right, you're still going. I'll roll it for you.
Thank you.
Alright, intelligence, let's go with that. Okay.
By the way, it's in like second or third paragraph of the first response to that Reddit thread that I saw.
Okay, so this essentially is very much like in regards to what Steven is talking about, it's very much kind of like Slayers in the Buffy universe, to an extent.
Oh,
Yeah.
like vampire hunters.
Ish.
Okay.
No, because that's also a real thing.
Yeah, so it's
in White Wolf.
essentially it's we can do a bunch of really cool crap, but if everyone knows that we can do cool crap, they're going to be like, what in the hell is going on? And then their internal inquisition comes up and just Men in Blacks the whole thing.
Less that and more literally reality snaps back at them.
Okay.
Because it's less because mage is all about like the real world versus the technological world and protecting reality.
Okay. So in other words, reality is a jello mold, and if they jiggle it too much, it hates them and bites.
Yeah. So at least from what I can tell.
That
I didn't step on your toes or anything, but I wanted to make sure that I did it right in character as well.
that is completely fine. I'm still muddling my way through this very large.
Trust me, there's like 30 years of history on this stuff, and none of it has been retconned, so it's all the same.
Great.
Oh wow.
Anyway, so In regards to your investigation, there are puncture marks in the neck of the individual. It does seem as if he has been fed upon.
Do they? I mean, do they look more? When I'm looking at them, do they look like it would actually be a feeding, or somebody making it look like a feeding?
Dude's pretty raisiny. It looks like it either was a feeding that went extremely too far, or a feeding and then something more than that.
I kind of got fed upon. And I turn like show everybody the points of the body where he's been fed upon.
Can we test for saliva?
DNA.
What is this? CI?
Yeah.
What is this? CSI or something?
Well, it's like, okay, if they didn't leave blood, would they leave like spittle or some other kind of DNA evidence that we could track it or test it? Yeah, exactly.
Looking at the nails of the individual, does he have any
Signs of a struggle? No, he does not have signs of
Yeah.
a struggle. Or it doesn't look like he clawed anyone in an attempt to stop them. Either he was completely surprised and overpowered, or something else was at play.
Does anyone here have the ability to see those? I've heard that is a thing in certain points.
To see what?
Auras.
Aura.
Auras. Hmm.
I've heard that is a thing that some are able to do.
I need to know if I'm smart enough to realize something.
Let's see what your wits are. You're a 2. You have an intelligence of 2. That's not box of rocks.
No,
Measurement
like
of
one is a
center
normal
of
human, I
hole
thought.
Yeah.
to center of hole.
You're trying
Those and then-
you're trying to see how big the jaw is to see if you can match it up.
Yes. That way, if all of us have different, like, because some of us, we all have different sized skulls.
Mm-hmm.
So our teeth are going to be spaced differently apart.
Mm-hmm. I would say I'm just gonna roll a mental thing for you,
Okay.
because mental with
It's
wits,
a lot of work.
it's a lot of work, but I would say you'd get the basis of the idea. Like, this don't look like my bite marks, but then it could be somebody else's bite marks.
Roma, we need to check size of teeth. Sunday.
Size of
there.
teeth.
Yes. Space. This not like my bite mark.
Hmm. Do you think somebody here bit them?
Unsure. But if we can rule out everyone down here, they know it's not us.
But I didn't feel anybody move last night. Or not last night. Throughout this day.
In addition, here's the other thing. Who's to say someone didn't have allies help them? A mortal.
But still, it gets some of the pressure off of us saying that we did it. Whereas then we can help find exactly what happened.
But what if two people have the same width between their teeth as one of us? What if it matches? It does not necessarily mean it is us, but it certainly looks bad for us, if that is the case.
True.
Yeah, that too.
We must think also about covering our own selves.
So, did Drink's character inform us of this dark entity.
I did say that they were. Yeah, also, yeah. Sorry, I'm on my phone. I did say that the rats saw a formless entity in the shadows. Though at the moment, they she's now upstairs where there's reception.
Alright, so if she told us that, or they, I don't know, I will mention that given what we know, we have to consider if it is another vampire that they came in with us, or they can walk through the sun.
So are we
Or-
doing this bite comparison thing or nah?
Or they're friendly to us and could get past our wards. Easy. Like
If
the
any of you
VIP
had been
rope at a
fixed-
club.
What?
They
Like a
may have
VIP rope at a club.
If any of you, if Severson would have moved, I would have known.
All
No
right,
offense, but I don't trust.
Paul's gonna go ahead and do his bite comparison. He's gonna like rip a brick off the wall and take a bite out of it and just hand you the brick.
I guess that works.
Crunch,
Ready, Mel?
crunch.
Alright then.
Here, I made it mobile for you.
You're a little surprised that he actually was able to do that.
Paul, surprisingly funny. In his own way.
Hey, so I found out what the fuck 64,000 beats means.
It's like 3.5
She just
hours.
comes back. Actually, just comes back down the stairs. So I'm not great at math yet. It's anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 hours ago. So when that happened,
What time is it?
look at my phone. Look at the cell phone.
It's been 2 hours since we woke up at least.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to have happened right before we woke up.
So they may have not have needed to go out in the daylight. Necessarily.
Perhaps we should inform. Shit, what's his name? The one who hired us?
Durias.
Maybe we should inform Durias.
About what? That it's still most likely us because we're the only ones in here.
Show him the brick. Clear my name
Alright.
at least.
It's a PC party. I don't think contacting him is going to do any of us any good.
I agree.
Oi, not right now.
In fact, I think quite the opposite.
So
As to
what
why.
the fuck are you talking about bricks?
We're doing bite comparisons.
He
bit of
bit a brick to compare his fang, the distance of his fangs to the ones on the neck. Also, I don't know how to do a lot of Slavic letters.
Which
I
one?
turned German.
Okay.
Slavic letters.
Would you like listen and how to do Slavic accent?
I didn't say an accent, so you know it was out of character.
Slavic accent.
Slavic accent. Anyway,
It's essentially every time I do a Slavic accent, it's very much in my mind is tones going down, except at very odd intervals for vowels where they go up. They start higher than the scale.
we'll do this lesson later.
Anyway, so Paul hands
Carrying the
the
bites isn't that bad of an idea.
Paul. You've handed a bitten brick to Roman. Yes.
Yes.
I'll compare.
At least I didn't try to rip the cage out and bite them. Can I go back in time? Can we do that instead?
Can I go
No.
back in time?
No.
Too late, too late. Nope, nope, nope.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I will use it to compare.
All right, make me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Right underneath your finances.
Oof. My investigation is not the greatest. Intelligence, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
0 modifiers.
0 modifier.
Oof.
So you like crackhead focus in on this. Just like it's your vision zooms in, just like for a few minutes it feels like there's only the brick. It's like you pour over that thing like it's unbelievable, and then you pour over the man's neck, and it's like, looking at it, you kind of hold it up, look at his neck, hold it up, look at his neck, hold up his neck, look at it, look at the brick, kind of vary the distances. It's actually very comical from the outside, and you're like, I don't know, could be real close. Seems actually pretty close, to be honest.
How close?
Within a few degrees, it seems.
Next.
Next? What?
Next individual.
Oh.
I hope you realize I'm not biting a fucking brick.
Come on, it's easy.
Not on my.
It's not that easy.
I'll even take the brick out for you. Rips brick off wall. Here you go.
I hold up my arm for Roma to bite, so he can get his bite mark.
That's kinky.
Hey.
You like biting other people then, lassie, huh?
I'll do it to myself.
Vampires.
Oh, I mean especially like it. Really?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Boy, I'm asking.
It's the
Just leave it at that for now.
Bites my own like hand, kind of like in the fatty part of the thumb.
He bites his own hand to get the imprint. Okay, you've bitten your own hand.
Okay, I'll compare.
All right. Another investigation check, same thing, no modifiers. While it is not the same level of technical degree that you compare your own hand to the bite marks, it's just like, it might be a little shorter. It could work, especially if you squint, kind of.
How big do you think my character's head is? This person's like almost 8 foot tall, and I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
You're having trouble there, pretty boy.
His own head.
You're
What
having
now?
trouble there, pretty boy.
There was only one key. We kind of realized that, and he ports to Paul, I think, and he had it. So if it's not him, I doubt any of us are going to get this door.
We don't know how lightly he sleeps, but
Can any-
Also, to play devil's advocate, I'm pretty good at picking locks.
Why?
Not only that, but we were told that there was a black formless thing. Could it not have
Yes.
squeezed through the bars?
Can somebody who's up on the occult arts find any residue from anything in there?
Residue.
What did you find?
I'm not good at art.
I'm sure you're perfectly fine.
So they didn't.
I checked over that stuff before, and I meant to check it all.
Oh, I thought you were only checking for blood, not the arcane mystical things.
Well, okay, maybe not arcane mystical things. Do I have to roll another investigation?
So if I were to want to see if I could find, I guess residue is the word, remnants of this creature, what would any one of us have to roll?
I would probably say this would be along the lines of occult, seeing as it's
Mixed with intelligence?
yeah, that makes sense.
I'll make that roll as well.
All right, for those of you who
what
wish
about wits?
wits, it would also be another one that's plausible.
I'll do an occult wits if that's plausible.
Choose occult wits or intelligence for those of you who wish to check for occult.
3 successes.
4 successes and a critical.
Ooh.
You know what? Paul's gonna go for it. He had someone tell him that he's not that bad. Wherever that's at.
Right hand side.
What
Occult's something I have a lot of die in.
intelligence? I'm guessing.
Dice and
No, well, you have nothing in occult, so
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be bad. Nailed it. Yep.
so while George is nomming on something, the rest of you are just like, is it magic? And you score over the cell and kind of like the path that you would think someone would take from the stairs to the cell door, and you CSI the crap out of this, but magically. And there's like Paul's just there like,
CSI.
and it's like, Paul's just there like, yes, I also am looking for something. And you find there's like a little bit of kind of like sulfur chalk. That's the only way I can describe it on part of the stairs. And there's also like a little bit of some singeing and smudging on some really weird parts of the cage back and side walls. And there's just a few other things that like that just shouldn't be there. Like why would something like that happen in reality? And there's like slight warping to certain things. Like most of the bars are straight, and then there's this one that's just kind of a little wonky.
Excuse me. I have to go for a little bit. I gotta deal with some traffic stuff. I will be back in about maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay, we'll probably be finished by then. So have a good night,
Okay,
kid.
bye. I love you.
Like you.
Mwah.
ah.
Okay, so yes, there is some weird things going on.
So, like the back wall of the cage had been melted off, or melted enough so they could just rip it off.
What?
I said so. Like the bars of the cage had been ripped off, or just like they had been melted so they could be jiggled into out of place.
No, it's like you know when you cook like bacon and it shrivels up really weird? There's just one bar that just looks like it's somehow shriveled despite the fact that it is a piece of metal.
Huh.
It's
Okay.
just like kind of like you notice on certain, like you go walk into a place, like everything has salt shakers and pepper shakers, but one place has 2 salt or 2 pepper, and you're just like, that's a little weird.
Okay.
I'll say that Matteo has placed his bite marks on whatever you're using for comparison and has gone upstairs to see if he can get more signal.
Paul is going to follow him upstairs because he feels really out of place in an investigation.
All right, so you're done standing awkwardly in the middle of a group project, and you go upstairs and just kind of hang out with Matteo.
Yep. No more intimidating the rock.
Dwayne Johnson is relieved.
I can move again.
Has returned to its rigidity.
Yes. It's now suitably rigid for a rock.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just comparing because I can't do the magic-y stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my thing.
The rats.
Yeah, that's like all I can do.
That's like
I can
Druid.
telepathically talk to animals, usually my own though.
Well, it's like saying that an animal handler can do advanced technical engineering. It's possible, but they're not really what you expect somebody in those different roles to be doing. Who knows? Maybe they have a great side project that they love to do. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm just doing that.
Okay, so there's some weird stuff in the basement. There's a suitably raisined out vampire man in his shorts with a bullet wound through his lower leg. And it's some heavy... Well, actually, there's no more bruising because there's no blood in the body at all. And he kind of looks a little dry. Maybe he needs to be reconstituted.
set him out in the rain. That ought to do it.
It's like dehydrated milk. Just add water.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the teeth so far, we know that Paul's are similar.
Mhm.
And what about Romans?
Romans, to him, for whatever reason, it kind of looks kind of similar. You're comparing two holes, kind of hard. He wasn't as focused as much afterwards, but it's like it doesn't measure up entirely, but you could make the argument that someone could have faked it.
Okay. I guess I'll do my own, but I'm very small.
Yeah,
And Nosferatu have essentially like 4 fangs.
Oh. So it'll be real obvious if it's not you then.
That's what I'm
If she has
thinking,
4
but I'll
fangs,
do
it should be obvious that that's not her.
You wouldn't even have to do the bite comparison as such if there are only 2 fang holes.
Fang hole.
Essentially, with Nosferatu, it would make much bigger holes because it's 4 fangs at once.
Mm-hmm.
Paul feels challenged. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, he can't hear it. You're gone.
You're not there.
Can't hear that.
His vampirehood has been challenged, and he felt that in his soul. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's more so just Nosferatu are very messy when they eat, so it's not great.
So it's like a pie eating contest. Without hands.
Slams face the pie, shakes head.
I'll compare Matt's next.
I'll give you the image.
I'm gonna compare Matt's next.
Matt's a little short, not as necessary. How tall is Matt?
He's short.
He's shortish, isn't he? Like 5'10" or whatever.
He has not placed anything to that extent in his character sheet. Shame.
Pox upon him for a clumsy loud.
Yeah, no, he is a height. I feel as if he is a little bit taller than George.
6 foot. Like 6 foot.
Yeah, I think
Is
he's
what Craig just said.
okay.
George is 5'3".
Okay.
At least I believe that's what I made.
Wait,
made her.
are you listening? Is he listening to the stream?
No,
Cool.
I literally just asked.
Okay. All right. He is 6 foot. So it's getting a little closer. It's more close than, of course, George's, and a little bit about the same, a little bit larger than Roman's.
Okay. Next person. I'm not even gonna bother with my own. Okay, so you. Okay, now what? Investigation again or no?
Yes.
Or is it okay?
Investigation, intelligence, and or wits.
Blah blah blah. Investigation. Intelligence.
Okay.
Hapa.
Okay. So you're comparing whose ability bites?
I don't know the characters, but Ty's, because people don't have their names down there.
Oh.
Ty's character.
Alex. Yeah.
Alex.
I would have like bit my thumb or whatever area.
Just with one. He's just got
The
one.
same thing Roman. No, the same thing
well,
Roman did. I know. What
Or
you mean.
maybe like the heel. No, the heel of my hand would actually work better.
Just bite a
On
random
the
rat.
opposite side.
That's why I said like the fatty part of the thumb.
I know what you mean by that.
Okay. So you compare it. Oh my god, man! I never knew height would matter so much in a vampire game. What the crap?
I am a small Nosferatu, so I'm fairly certain it's not me.
Also, Ty, your sheet is lacking on stuff like this. How tall is a noose?
You said anus.
Did I not put my height in here?
No!
Where's it?
Details!
Oh,
Appearance!
where's it at?
There's nothing there.
Oh, you're gonna hate it when you get to mine because none of that shit is in there.
I know! I have a feeling about it.
How am I the only one that's done it right? Okay, I made a
Because
ridiculous person.
I haven't thought about all that stuff yet, honestly.
Okay.
Do grad school and all.
Hey, we don't judge much here, but I'm judging.
Go for it.
Okay. So,
Anyway,
so Lucky Charms. What is your bite
the Lucky Charms.
comparison?
Hey, here you go.
They're a little bit smaller than Mattia's.
Charm.
Is Lucky Charms just smaller?
Yes.
Why
That's why you have to add milk.
Those?
You have to add milk and they swell,
So it's not him, essentially.
essentially.
Okay. Saul, you're next. Or I think Jack is what I ended up calling you. Come on, Jack.
He walks up, takes two fingers, sticks them in his mouth so that his nails are on the interior of his fangs, and just holds that up and says, "Okay."
So you can hold it up to it.
Yeah, he
Fine.
holds it up there.
Okay.
I'd say he's like 5, anywhere between like 5'8" and 5'11", somewhere in that range. Like at about the average male height.
Okay. Little bit. It's another kind of middle of the road kind of comparison. As you're holding up the man's neck.
Just unceremoniously, just like holding him like by the hair or something.
Yeah.
Body, none of us would care.
Yeah, it's like holding up a very limp rubber suit. But yeah.
I'm almost tempted to call Paul over and just have him like cut the neck off completely.
Nah, we're good.
Did you hear me?
Not where the
What?
where the damage is, but it's easy to carry.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
It kind of falls a little bit closer to Alex's. Like it's right between Alex, or right a little bit below Alex's
Okay.
bites size.
No, we need Edgelord.
No, Sin.
That's you, Sin.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
He does him a bite.
Okay.
And the roll me investigation check.
I think this is the last one, unless you want me to do mine as well.
Paul's gonna walk back down because he's bored being upstairs.
Okay.
He's gonna hold up the walls down in the basement.
Pretty much.
It's close, actually. It's getting closer to that.
Okay. So far the really close ones are the big boys.
Yes.
And for funsies, I'll do my own. Why not?
Okay.
I'll also bite my hand. Just be like, okay, for comparison's sake.
duonoms.
There we go.
Okay. It's beyond a shadow of a doubt too small. It's like barely compared to any of them. There's just four little pinpricks. Yeah. Like
Unless
piranha
I
teeth.
really bit down, then no. Nosferatu teeth are kind of like piranha teeth.
Put the pie in
Well,
piranha.
I can definitely say it wasn't a Nosferatu. Ow. But Paul Bunyan and Edgelord are pretty close.
Hmm.
You're both big boys, what can I say?
Hmm.
Okay.
So, what's that mean?
Hmm.
that means you two are suspects 1 and 2. Unfortunately.
But his head's still attached.
Okay, I think we have one suspect. Edgelord.
Out of character, I know that's not a good argument. In character, Paul thinks this is a great way to prove his innocence.
The best argument ever.
We have
Said
evidence that it was
he's
not any of us.
I'm just going by the evidence I have. Though I don't think Paul can do magic. Can you?
No.
Oh man, I was totally expecting the thumb trick thing where he's like, you take off your thumb. Yeah.
Consider it was
Runs up, got your nose.
consider
that's
it was
good.
a formless figure, so that means magic.
Formless. He's gonna flex and break his shirt. Wow!
Yeah. Okay.
This is form, baby. Yeah.
Another pat on the arm. So right now,
You hear this?
anyone
suspect
have an
number
extra shirt?
1. Suspect number 1 is Edgelord.
Hmm.
Does anyone have an extra shirt?
No, I was
No.
gonna say as you flex,
I mean-
the shirt just kind of barely starts to rip. It's kind of like the start of the Hulk Hogan, but not the complete Hulk Hogan.
I'd flex, but I like this shirt. I can't breathe too hard now, though.
I mean, I have an extra shirt, but I doubt it'll fit you.
I would like it, please.
Uh,
Why
Just
would
kinda
you
looked at-
offer if you're not gonna go through with it?
just look down at myself, look up at him. You sure you want a shirt that'll barely fit your arm?
I've gone too far. I can't back down. Yes.
Just shrug, reach into the backpack that I brought, and like pull out a tank top.
Perfect.
Do I have to roll something to attempt to put this
Please
on?
don't put it on.
No, it just goes it's like an executioner's hood, but a tank top on your head. And that's about as far as it goes, and you're just like, I've proven my point. But at what
Yeah.
cost?
Can I have
You
it
can
back?
have it back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And put it back in the bag.
I wonder how I'll get a new shirt.
What?
Hmm?
Right. So,
So we have a little bit of evidence.
mhm. And I don't know if Sin can do any magic. I
No.
can't take that name seriously. I don't know if Edgelord can do any magic.
Sin just holds up one of his guns and puts it away.
Sin's magic lies in the muscle.
Does
But
the
you-
pose.
Magic, they would likely have had to know the area in advance, and
And you're ready for my next theory?
yes, of course. You assume it's me?
Roman can do magic on his friend.
But we had another ward.
It's a ward that you put up.
There was another one who did one.
Aye, that'd be me. so we could overlap.
I'm guessing you didn't feel anything move either.
No.
No.
No, indeed.
Does it have to feel? I don't know how this works. If they're friendly to you, can you feel the whatever the fuck?
Witchy?
Sure.
I really don't know. I legitimately don't know. I just thought if they were like hostile, we would just wake up.
But none of us are hostile to each other.
Therein lies the rub.
Should have made it hostile towards that guy.
Who, Durias?
No, dead guy. Points at dead guy.
Oh, well.
All right. Now, I'm just going by what I find. That's what I got so far. So, got anything to say about it?
Hmm.
You guys hungry?
Not you. Those two.
Oh.
As a point to Roman and Sin.
Sorry, I'm reading what?
I feel like that was in character too. It's just like, I'm too pretty to be listening to this conversation. What? Oh, you're talking to me? Mm.
You, Roman, you, and Edgelord are the main suspects right now. Because those wards, pretty sure it'd have to be hostile for you to feel something.
It is true. I mean,
We awake
pretended to
any
put up
sign
the
of danger.
ward and never put it up at all. Which of us would know?
And I'm just going by what I have found. Just shrug.
Oi. You be accusing us of faking it. Yeah?
No,
Not
I just-
necessarily, just merely
I don't-
pointing out the
I don't know how the wards work.
Okay.
merely pointing out the possibility.
Oi.
That
We need to
possibility turns out to
explore-
be true. It turns out to be true.
We lit an
Why
area.
some hostility?
And if anything that presents as a danger in that area, we awaken.
That presents as a danger, and we don't present as a danger
Hmm.
to each other, so that wouldn't have worked on anyone here. And there goes my power, possibly about to go out again.
Oh dear.
Let's go. Yay!
Nah.
That's a bit of a sucky deal.
Just get all the way before tomorrow.
Money and vampire.
We got a crime we can't solve with suspects we can't prove or disprove, with machinations and other things we don't know the meaning of. This is ducky poo.
Welcome to the legal system in both the UK and
It's
US.
almost like we should perhaps consider beginning to investigate outwards, not so much physical evidence, but intelligence.
That's
Find
what
out
I
who won.
just
Yeah.
did.
Roman will give
I think you misunderstand.
Drink's
One
character. Roman will give Drink's character kind of like this very like startlingly clear look as he says, "I can assure you that neither I or Sin did that.
Hmm.
Well,
I choose. While we don't necessarily live, I choose to not die. And by doing things that would go against the wishes of even the people I dislike, yet they are in power, would result in my death, I'm not going to do it.
I mean, those are some nice words, pretty boy, but I can't really believe them yet.
I would point out one thing. Whoever has done this is guilty of diablerie. As well.
Of what?
Paul's gonna kind of like do that whole dog side tilt head thing, like, but
Along with my dog.
The complete draining of a corpse. Clearly, this is diablerie. Somebody could have been using it to advance their own agenda. Somebody could have been using this to put our employer and sorry, hold on, out of character. And Draven at odds. Somebody could have been framing Durias, wanting to have him in trouble with someone so influential. There is a wide variety of
frame us.
That is also a possibility. One of us could be the target. It could be any number of things. We need to find out more. We need to find out who he was, what he did, what's going on here, and who he's connected with. We need to investigate Draven. We need to investigate Durias. We need to know everything.
I bet they were trying to frame Solomon.
That may be. I am the Sombra. It happens.
I mean, I want to make it clear real quick. I wasn't accusing anyone. That's just what I have right now.
I think we understand that.
Give me a couple days.
will
I
say
have a solution for us. For whatever else is out there, I cannot guarantee.
Remember,
Q is back.
the first teaching in the Talmud, the first teaching of Pirkei Avot is to be patient in judgment. We must weigh things and not to make hasty decisions. Carefulness, watchfulness, and patience. These will see us through.
What if we're not good at any of those?
Well, you had better learn, because if you are going to live a long time, it's very important to be patient.
I will make potion to provide truth.
Wait,
I
Paul
forget
knows
really
about
what
this.
that
Is
is.
Don't
this
really
one of
like
those
the thought
strawberry
of
flavored
that,
things?
And with that, Raven turns toward the stairs to see himself out.
Yeah.
We're splitting up. Come on.
Follow him if I haven't left already.
He says he'll follow him if he hasn't left already.
Oh no, I
I will
heard.
follow as well.
Okay.
Hi, Georgia. You say there's good connection upstairs, yeah?
Oh yeah, I was actually able to get on the internet.
Good.
Which means that's why Matt went up there. Okay, go
It's
find
not
him.
this night.
I'm assuming that I would have brought my equipment.
I don't know. Would you have brought your equipment?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if I bring my equipment for spells, I bring my equipment for work crap.
Which is
Oh, computer.
like a full-on PC?
No, just a
Are you running
laptop.
around with a desktop strapped to your back?
I would
imagine
say
it's
yes, just for the lulls, but in this case, I'm gonna have to say no.
So,
What
so
about a tablet?
I didn't want to waste time casting that one spell to give me a fingerprint every day, so I don't
yeah.
use those. I forget what it was, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
that's
it
right.
was trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I can't use any of it anyway. It's the curse of La Sombra. We
Oh,
fuck up
it-
technology when we try and use it. Even
Oh.
even landlines.
so in other words, you're a
Damn.
human magnet. Got it.
No, it's less. It'll like garble speech over landlines and stuff.
Okay.
It's literally a symptom of the beast.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is
Sombra-
really cool.
oh,
At least you can talk to people face to face. Unlike the Nosferatu.
Oh, I'm sure there's some
Yeah.
kinksters out there who want to.
oh yeah. No, there are.
Though speaking of, I'm
probably
gonna
are.
put the mask and the hoodie back up now that we're not in a basement.
Oh. Okay. So you guys make your way out of the basement into the small dilapidated house. It is the dark of night. The moon is high in the sky. And since you guys have your marching orders, essentially, I think that's going to be a good cliffhanger for us to end on.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
We'll find out next time. Ba-da-da-da. We'll find out next time as they investigate their employers, the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything related to this political game that is the Masquerade. We'll catch you.
Don't forget politics.
We'll catch you next week. Hopefully, we'll be returning to our D&D game, which I'm really looking forward to. I got a lot of stuff planned, and now after this session, I have a lot of stuff planned and excited for in Masquerade. Cool music plays as the lights go down, and we'll catch you next week.